Yo, what they do, Stewart-Cox family gang. You already know what it is. You already know what time it is. Happy Hallows Eve. So like we said in the other video, we was gonna come do something for Halloween, Hallow Eve. So this is just a little pre-gaming for the next video we got coming out for Halloween. So today, we want to take the time out to thank all the subscribers that helped us get to 1,000 plus subscribers. So we are so excited about that. We reached one of our milestones. So we need y'all to keep on commenting, show love, so we can work on getting monetized. We just need a little more engagement in order to get monetized. So we did meet that milestone of 1,000 subscribers. We did, reach our watch hours. YouTube just said we need a little more engagement as far as comments and things like that. To show that, that we can get in the YouTube part of the program to show that people are really interested in what we have to say.
And the more you guys engage, the more we'll engage back. And also, we can start the giveaways back.
Yeah, so saying that, we need y'all to let us know what basically y'all want to see. Like I said, what challenges y'all want to see, what pranks y'all want to see. We might start doing pranks soon. We'll see. We're looking into that. You kind of trying to look city girls, the city boys up. So, but shout out to the city girls. But we trying to see basically how we can get that going. Maybe with the pranks, we just want to try to be in our own lane and not try to saturate it with everybody else doing. No shots to those people or anybody like that that's already doing that, that's in that lane. But so basically today, like I said, we want to send a shout out. The first shout out we want to send out to one of our loyal subscribers, always showing love and always, and that's Miss B Light. I hope I'm saying your name right. That's what it look like when I look at the YouTube name, Miss B Light. We want to send a shout out to you. We love you, Mama.
Miss B Light.
Thank you. You always showing love. For the second subscriber that we want to show love to is Miss Terry Boom Boom. I believe that's what your name is. So we want to send a shout out to you as well and say that we love you and thank you for always engaging. Y'all two are always the most first to say you're first here for the notifications. You're waiting, you're anticipating, watching, commenting, sharing. So that gives us a lot of motivation to keep going. Because like I said, being a YouTuber, this is not easy. So a lot of people want to get into it, and a lot of our supporters and other people that, we see that are watching. They say like, I've seen your stuff. But, they're not really commenting. But, say I do see it in the views, so I'll take that. But, just trying to stay focused doing that it's a little hard. But we're going to try to stay at it.
And we're going to try, each video, we're going to try to do a shout out to all our subscribers. So those are our, main supporters that's been supporting us since day one. So we're going to try each video to shout out different people.
Most definitely. So today, like I said, this is Hallow Eve. So we just wanted to kick it with y'all and give y'all like a little story time. You know what I'm saying? A couple little Halloween stories, experiences. I'm going to try to get into a couple. T might chime in. Let's see how she feels. She might talk about a couple experiences. We don't know. But I'm going to basically start talking about a couple of things that I experienced during Halloween. For one, and also, before I start, we're gonna have for Halloween, we're gonna have a special. It's gonna be a top 10 most scary movies. You feel what I'm saying?
Our top 10.
Our top 10. So we're gonna sit and vibe with you for Halloween and stuff like that. but I didn't mean to stop the flow. But back to what I was saying. So, um, my first little experience I want to talk about is I don't know if you from South Florida, Naranja, Homestead, Florida City, down in those areas. A lot of people might can contest to this and know about this. I want to talk about something that I kind of experienced when I was younger, still in high school, and we called it the Pine Island Witch, and it was crazy because this Halloween, um, we everybody was dressed up. Um, I think that Halloween I might have dressed. I don't know if we dressed up as vampires, but I was with a couple friends, and we went to an area. If anybody out there is familiar, it's called Princeton. We were going trick or treating, so we started in what they call Old Hoffa Square, and then we went to the New Hoffa Square, which is called Princeton, and went around. And that night did seem like a little eerie. Um, you could tell something's different in the air. It had a lot of fog, so it made you think of like the Halloween movie, like with Michael Myers. So we actually had went and there's like a canal basically that'll get from Old Hoffa Square to New Hoffa Square. Um and we went through the canal, and there's a lot of like not bushes, but a lot of grass where we went at. So it was very foggy. So that night it was very eerie, like going through those areas, and then you had people that was out there, younger kids, other people that was scaring people that was coming through there. So it was kind of pranking. So it was like a very like scary already, kind of hyped up night. But I remember that night, particular, we had went and we were finishing doing trick or treating. We were seeing other people that we seen out, that recognize each other. We was doing a little thing that called Nick Knock, knocking on doors and running. I know everybody kind of did that. I seen people, they were throwing eggs, they were doing the tissue on the trees and different things like that. So once we got,
I'm trying to think. Didn't that car or something got TP 1 year or something?
TP,
Yeah.
what you mean? With tissue?
Mm-hmm.
I think it did one Halloween, right? Yeah, I think our car got submerged with tissue 1 year. Is that what we were saying at the time or something like that?
I can't remember, but I know we was supposed to go to. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
I remember we were supposed to go to the store and get candy and pass out candy, but we wound up changing plans, and then the next day when we woke up, our car was.
Yeah, it was covered with tissue, all over the car. It was covered with tissue. Yeah, I kind of remember that. I think that we were staying in maybe our first apartment. I believe.
So.
I believe we were staying in our first apartment, and that happened. And that was crazy, having an experience like that. Also, so like I said, going back to the story, so we came back from what you call Old Hoffa Square, Princeton, into back where it's called New Hoffa Square in our area, and across from where the Old Hoffa Square is, there's a projects area, and it's called Pine Island. And by Pine Island, there's like the school that they call like air base, and then on the side of the school there's a big lake right there. It looks like just some type of man-made lake. It'll make you think of like Lake Lanier or something like that. It looks very creepy. Like even when we used to just go over there like to chill by it or anything like that, like it always had like a creepy feel to it. There was rumors that people had drowned in there. It's a lot of stories that surrounds that lake, so we basically have to try to be careful dealing with that lake. But I remember that night in particular, we had went and we decided to go um, trick or treating and playing around the projects. If, when we went over there to those projects, we were walking around and everybody was, scaring each other, all different type of stuff like that. And I remember we looked and we heard something like a loud sound, like a lady laughing, but like a witch in the sense. And then crazy. And then we looked to our right where the lake was, and when we looked to the lake, we just see the lady coming like submerging kind of from the lake, but she was like floating. You would have thought, ooh, like it gives me chills now just to think about it. She was like basically like floating. It's like you would have thought she would have been on like skates or rollerblades or something like that. And she was just floating through the projects. And this lady, to this day we call her the Pine Island Witch. She had like some type of object, it was kind of like a knife, some weird looking knife with something like on it. You would say like something like this cup has it. And she started slicing like the legs of kids, like kids, whoever's in the way. And it was crazy because the only people out there that night was just us young kids. So
this happened.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
And
you lost for words, huh?
Yeah, this happened like around just Halloween, or
that was that was Halloween night. That was just Halloween night, because they like that type of night. A lot of things happen. They say that's the time of the hour where dimensions are merged, and a lot of things can conspire. So, like I said, that night she was actually like floating, and we saw her floating. There's a lot of people I grew up that kind of remember this too. And every now and then we come around each other, we'd be like, "Hey, you remember about the Pine Island Witch?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, I remember the Pine Island Witch." For say. So then, like I said, she basically, so she went and she started like had a little knife, and it seemed crazy, and she started like just to slice the legs, like cut the legs, or basically almost like by the ankles of like kids. So
did anyone ever catch her?
I mean, it only happened that night, so that's something. I mean, we don't know. I mean, everybody was running and screaming. Like I said, a lot of kids. We were different people were like banging on the project doors. It was like out of the movie, man. It seemed like when Michael Myers was going attacking Laurie, and then all the different kids, and like when Laurie was running from people's house, like trying to bang on the door to get help. Nobody would come. Like,
and were these kids okay? The people, or whoever she did what she did to them.
I don't honestly. I couldn't tell you. I don't know, because everybody was trying to get the heck out of Dodge. Everybody was running. It was like, sorry to say it like this, but it was like every man for himself, because everybody was scared to death. And like I said, she was running and she was like cutting the legs, and it was crazy because, like I said, only kids were out. There were no adults, only kids. So everybody was like running, and I remember we ran. I was hiding behind cars. We were hiding behind cars, and we were looking. We could see her, and she was just laughing like. And then she was like,
I don't mean to cut you off, but that's one reason, especially on Halloween, parents, and we gonna say this, please keep your eyes on your children.
Exactly.
Do not let your children go trick-or-treating by themselves anywhere by themselves.
Yep.
Because of things
like this. And see, and we were kind of like mid-teenagers, so I would kind of understand why we would kind of be like out by ourselves because we wasn't young
Oh,
kids,
okay.
but there were younger kids around. And like I said, they didn't have no adults with them, so I understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. And like I said, we were hiding behind the cars and we could see her through the car through the windows, and she's like she was floating, and she's like, I know you're around. She's like, I can hear you, I can smell you, and it was crazy. And she's like, ha, 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 just laughing hysterically, and she just had the appearance of like a middle aged witch, and I mean the laugh and everything was terrifying. I never experienced nothing like this in my life. And but once she was still floating, she went like towards the back of the projects, like where the lake is kind of located, like near like going towards the school, because the school is here. And so she went back like that way. We got to dodge, and we see her kind of dip out. So we don't know where she went after that. We just left and got away, and we went home and we were talking about it. Um, it was rumored that one kid that we did see that got cut from Pine Island, that we heard that he did let his mom know. His mom wound up taking him to the hospital that night. And rumor through the projects that his mom was talking about it. She did let the police know and everything like that. But I don't think they never found the lady. Matter of fact, I believe the story was that the mom was telling police what happened, because how the little boy explained it to her or what we saw, and I don't even think they believed her. And then it was like, oh, maybe it was just somebody just out that night, just attacking kids, being deranged and attacking kids. But I know what we saw. We saw this lady basically come out the water,
wow.
and she was floating like she was floating on air. And but the way she moved, like she was on skates. You would thought she was on some rollerblades, some regular skates. The way that she was like floating. Um, but that kind of from that point, it kind of pushed me from like really going trick or treating or anything anymore.
I think it will.
Yeah, I think kind of after that, kind of just we felt back. Like if we did go to something, it would have to be like after that point, we were like going to indoor stuff, whether it was like some little Halloween party or something like Halloween Horror Nights, or some type of haunted house, something where there's a lot of people, but you're not like really out in the open. Not saying that type of stuff is safe too, because you still have to be careful, because you never know, because anything can go on. I believe around that type of time, of that day, so you got to be very careful. But that was basically my story on that, of the Pine Island Witch.
I do have a story that my grandmother told me, and I'll share that with you guys. She said when she was younger, it was my grandmother, which is my mother's mother, her brother, and her sister. All of them was in a room together, and they was singing. Um, what would you call it? Like she called it blues music because she's like she was a Christian.
Yeah,
so
my grandma used to say that. She said, "Yo, come, let me play that blues in my house."
And that's what her mom was telling her. So they was in there dancing and singing this to this song, and they stayed by cemetery.
Oh wow!
So one of them felt the pinch, and the other one said, "Okay, why you pinching me?" So then the other one, like it went from one to the next, like they was feeling pinches, and neither one of them was pinching each other.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a scary story that she told me. But other than that, I haven't experienced anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's crazy. Even to feel that, I don't even know how I would like react to feeling like something like that, like being pinched. I mean, I do remember. I'm trying to think. I think I remember feeling being pushed, but you don't want to even think or talk about no experiences like that because you don't want to spark anything. So you try to blur it out of your memory. Um, yeah, but those type of things, like I said, this year you got to be very careful. Even now it's like it's way different from the time of growing up to like how we were. You feel me? Like way different. Um, how you were.
I
But
have one.
Halloween.
I have one more, and this is when me and your boy D was together. So we did kind of experience something. We was having a disagreement, so we was talking loud, upset. Both of us was upset with each other. And the next thing you know, we heard a loud bang, 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 bang on the door, and we was right by the door. So we looked out the peephole. No one was there. No one.
No one there, and it kind of like freaked us out. It kind of stopped us from kind of like having that disagreement. It kind of like brought us back to reality, and it kind of like humbled us and made us like, okay, let's love each other and stay together.
So it's not. It wasn't really a scary thing. It was more of a thing. Okay, you guys need to chill out and calm down.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's
that,
like
it's
chill
not
out.
That serious.
Yeah, it's like chill out before I come in there, whatever it was. so we had to like chill out. I remember that, and we were like so freaked out. And I think after that, we for a while we didn't have like any type of disagreement. Like we was on our good behavior after that. Like on our real good behavior after that. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and we're gonna get into things that we think that you should do around this time, as far as like if you're gonna go trick or treating, taking your kids trick or treating, letting your kids go out and stuff. So, D, you want to start or you want me to start?
You can start, and then I'll follow with you.
Okay. Well, for me, I think the best thing, if you're gonna let your kids go trick or treating, they have things at the mall where you can go to the mall and they pass out candy at in the mall. They also used to have, I don't know if they do it now, but they used to have where you can go to Burger King, McDonald's, and then they used to give the kids a Happy Meal and candy.
And they also, I know they used to have different things where you can look it up on, mostly like Facebook and stuff like that, where they had these different trunk or treats where the kids can go and get, candy out the trunks from trusted, safe areas. You could take your kids and experience that. Also, they have different things. If you look, sometimes they have stuff at different parks. Sometimes they have things at different I would say like what it is, like apartments, places, or places that have associations, they have clubhouses, they have stuff there that they decorate and have for the kids, where the kids can get candy and stuff like that. And another thing, I would advise all parents to also please check all your kids' candy before you even let them eat it. Check their candy, because I know a lot of parents sometimes they think it's okay and they just let their kids go at it. But check the candy, please, because not only you got to worry about razors and all type of stuff like that, you also got to worry about candy now looking like drugs. Got the fentanyl thing going on. Like I said, you got the thing where the candy look like sour worms and sour patches, and it turns out to be drugs or edibles or whatever, all that type of stuff. So that's what we would encourage as well, for those parents out there. And what else, T?
And I share another story with you guys. One of my coworkers received chocolate candy from another coworker too, and she opened it, and the candy was bad. So, like Dee said, you do have to check the candy, because even though you can buy candy from the store, and you open it, can still, the candy can still be bad.
Yeah, and I'm glad, like, because back in the day, my family used to tell a lot of stories of how they used to get, other than candy, they used to get apples and they used to put raisins in the apples, trying to get that type of stuff to kids. So please don't accept any type of things like that for your kids. No apples, no type of fruits, no apples, no oranges, no stuff like that. Some people might try to do that like they did back in the day, but please don't accept that type of stuff.
What my sister used to do, she used to let her kids go trick or treating, but she would throw the candy away and she would replace it with candy that she had bought. So
Yeah,
that's something that she would do.
Yeah, just to get, so they can just get the feel of, outside trick or treating, because a lot of kids don't want to feel left out, even though some people have their certain reasons why they don't want to participate in things like that. But this is something that kids have been brought up on, and see, and they don't want to feel left out for other kids getting able to experience this type of stuff. So it's like, I say do it, but just make sure you do it safe. In a safe manner, or whatnot. So that's about it. That concludes our celebration. That includes our thank you to our fans. That includes
thank you for being a friend.
Boom, 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 boom.
Travel down the road and back again.
Boom, boom, boom.
Your heart is true.
You're a pal and a comforter. But right now we want to toast to
the Stewart-Cox family.
Gang.
And
all our Stewies out there. Like I said, we want to send a toast on Hallows Eve. Like I said, getting ready for Halloween. And we want to just say thank you for all our subscribers and helping us reach our milestone.
Tasty. And it's pink.
Yes.
Lemonade.
Yes, pink lemonade.
Made by your boy D.
Yes, so we wanted to give like a kind of Halloween effect to make it look like, not blood, but close to it. Mm-hmm. So on that note, we will holler at you, and we love you.
Peace. And again, before we close out, like, subscribe, comment, and if you have anything that you guys would like to see, reaction videos, pranks, let us know.
All right, so happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And may y'all have a safe Halloween.